Hello, friends. We are Ink Monkey Art Supplies, and you're listening to The Inkquisition. In this episode, we're talking to Brian Kielt, a visual artist from Belfast and one of the founding members of Loft Studios. He popped in for a coffee and a chat. So, without further ado, here is episode 1 of The Inkquisition. Hope you enjoy it. Yeah, we're live.
Hello.
Mr. Brian Kielt.
Yes?
Thank you so much for taking time out of your hectic schedule.
Thanks. You're welcome.
No problem. Yes, so what would you say is the number one best thing about being your own boss?
The number one thing about being my own boss,
Getting to do your own thing.
probably being able to prioritize things as I see fit.
Yeah, you're not answering to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Feel that.
I feel it.
Yeah.
Feel the stag.
Yeah, going from like a retail background into doing your own thing and not having to somebody's, even whenever you know the thing is the right way, the right order to do it in, or you're prioritizing the way you feel it's correct.
Yeah. Well,
Somebody
every
else.
week changes.
Yeah.
Some weeks it's nearly all admin and applications.
Mm-hmm.
Another week it's studio time, chill time. So
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
able to. The way I like to do it, I just like to I break it down into each week as it comes.
Okay.
So I know a week in advance what I'm doing next week.
Yeah, that's what I suppose
You get into your own
your own routine. Yeah, because a lot of people I think wouldn't. Whenever they think of being like an artist, it's like, you don't realize how much other stuff you have to do. You don't just sit about painting all day. Like I suppose that would take up
Yeah.
most of your time is the other stuff.
Whenever I went self-employed first, I was like, I thought I'd need to get a degree in like administration.
Yeah,
or
just to
something.
manage
The
your
amount-
shit, yeah.
The amount of crap that's coming out. Doing your own tax. I was lucky actually because I did a thing. I was on the dole for fucking years.
Yeah,
I just realised I cursed.
that's alright.
I was on the dole for a long time, and what do you call it? I used to sort of said to them, right, I'm going to bite the bullet. I went to them one day and I was like, look, I want to go self-employed. Mm-hmm. Help me.
Yeah.
And they were like, yes, because they
That
loved.
was nice of them.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to do that. But they actually put me onto a program where it was like a 6-month trial period.
Okay.
Like a testing trial, where I was self-employed, but I was still getting the benefits to
actually live off.
support
Yeah.
me. And
I didn't even know they did that. That
and
was a thing.
during the 6 months, they also sent me on a business management course, which ran for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So that's where there was 1 week where you get a basic rundown on administration duties, doing your own taxes, contacts, networking, that side of things.
Yeah.
And that was quite earlier. That was actually before the trial period started.
Okay.
So I had all this. I had a whole 2 folders worth of information I could fall back on.
Yes, and I actually use for
Yeah. So the 6 months.
handling your stuff.
The 6 months happened, and the first 4 months were all right. Nothing. I was still just learning the ropes, and then the last 2 months was like bang, and I was like, yeah,
Nailed it.
I need to
This is what I'm gonna do.
keep doing this.
Yeah.
And it waxed and waned, obviously.
Yes. It swings and roundabouts. Just feels there's a while you're hectic, and then there's a while there's nothing much happening.
Yeah. So yeah, that was really informative, but you never. I didn't come out of it after the trial period going, yes, I know everything. I'm still learning now.
But it gave you a good start.
Yeah, it gave me that little bit of foundation, a bit of confidence.
Yeah. And how long ago was that?
Just a little bit. I not graduated. I became self-employed in March 2013.
Okay.
So the 6-month trial period was September, October.
Yeah, just after that.
Before that.
Oh, before that. Oh, yes,
Yeah.
yes, because that was Okay. So I know they're still doing that. You can go into.
Yeah, I think they do it through because I was living at home with. Well, I still am living. I was out in the country at the time, so because Belfast wasn't that handy for me to go to a thing twice a week, they set up local like
Okay.
work groups. There's
Yeah.
a place in Draperstown I went to called
Yeah.
Workspace,
Okay.
but it's funded through Access NI, I think.
Okay. So yeah, you can look that up, and if that's still a thing.
Yeah, it would help me. It mightn't be for everybody.
Yeah,
But
but
it would
it's
help me.
one of them things. What about, did you have any other jobs then from going from school to before? Was it?
In and out of jobs, just
Yeah.
call centres.
Yeah.
And like retail.
Yeah.
And more call centres.
All the usual stuff.
Just to keep your head above water.
Yeah.
But it's
Just feed yourself.
Call centres are just modern day slavery. It's,
Oh yeah, like a couple of friends of mine have done the same, and like they try to dress it up as, you know, with your commissions
Customer
or whatever
service.
else, and your customer service and blah blah. But yeah, at the end of the day, you're stuck.
You're a number.
Yeah, at a phone. That's your life. Like talking to people who probably hate your guts, even though they have never met you.
I did 3 call centre jobs before I realised I was no good at it.
Yeah. But is anybody good at it though? Like, that's the thing. It's
You do get them.
really, is it people that are like, this
there
is
was-
what I'm gonna do?
Like, yeah, the first place I went to, it was like, there was a guy that was there for 15 years.
What?
And every day, and like he always changed up, so he would do like work on this contract
Okay.
for
Oh,
6
so there's,
months.
alright,
So
different
he kept
sectors.
it changing up, but
Yeah.
he always got at least, like, say the quota was like 3 sales a day.
Yes.
He always was double that.
Yeah.
Every day. It was like 6, 7, 8
Yeah.
every day, and he was like, love it.
Yeah. Answered the phone
And he always
for
went out,
15 years.
went out in the tear every night after.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah.
Yeah, that was his.
Came
That
in,
was,
you could smell the booze off.
Yeah.
He's like, let's go again.
yeah, that's how he kept it up. He was
Yeah.
always just in a perpetual state of intoxication. There you go, call center folks. That's how you do
That's
it.
it. That's it.
I used
Get
to,
drunk.
Yeah, I used to work at the FS, and it was the same. You see, like on, like Boxing Day or New Year's Day, whenever the staff would come in still drunk,
Yeah.
sales through the roof. It's like-
Serious?
and then it gets to lunchtime, and everybody's hungover, and they're like, oh god, and then there's like no sales for the rest of the day. Just
Well, probably
lying.
bounces out like a normal day then.
Yeah, pretty much. if you could kind of keep it up, that, you know, the ones who are still hammered, you know, come in at lunchtime and take over from the ones who are hungover, you could work that out just fine. And they had like the champagne receptions and stuff on the door, you know, so you'd be walking past me and like,
Get the wee top up before you
yeah,
start
exactly. Code Asti at the back wall, please, and you just run down, neck a glass and back on the floor. You're sorted.
Oh, I love how
yeah.
off topic it gets.
Yeah,
Great.
class.
Tangent.
Yeah. So yeah, the jobs were obviously not much help then with regards to, like, you know, what you're doing now and managing.
No, there's literally next to nothing visual art wise in terms of jobs here.
Yeah.
Unless you have X amount of experience.
Yes.
Which-
And you're a big name that people can be like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I want him for this or whatever.
So it's you're shooting you're being shot in the foot before you get kicked out of uni. It's like, oh yeah, the world's your oyster, but you need at least X amount of years before you can get this. It's like,
Yes.
all right, now what do I do?
Yeah.
So I think it's that's one thing that's sort of lacking from the university systems here, is that giving students that bit of knowledge
Yeah.
to gain experience in other areas, be it business or
Yes.
business management and stuff, so that you can get experience in different areas.
Yeah. And not so much as a backup plan, but just to help you manage your day-to-day stuff. Yeah. And do you think
And
was
it'll come in handy for, say, a part-time job somewhere.
yeah, as well. Yeah, to get a bit some better paid. And what, like, going from like high school, was there, did you do art all through school and then tech and university, or what was your sort of education background?
I knew when I was 14 I wanted to do art,
Mm-hmm.
so kind of got picked on a wee bit, 'cause I was the one that didn't want to play the football or the,
Yeah.
you know, run.
Yeah.
Weird.
Just give me a paintbrush, please.
Physical exertion.
Yes. I'm not into that.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
You know, so I went to GCSE and it's the usual A level, and then I went to Limavady and did my higher national diploma in foundation art and design at the Northwest Regional College. Came out. That was a really intense year, because that was you can do it for 2 years or you can do it for one.
Right.
And it's the same amount of work
Just crammed into a year.
crammed into a year, and it was so intense, but it was really enjoyable.
Yeah.
So I came out of that with a distinction.
Very nice.
And applied for a couple of universities, but applied for the Art College in Belfast, University of Ulster, and I got in. And yeah, I was there for 3 years, and I'd love to graduate in 2010, but I'd love to go back at some point. Maybe not there, but I'd love to go back into higher education again, maybe do a master's somewhere. 'Cause that's another layer in the armor, you know.
Yeah, for then you just are. Yeah, anybody that's looking at you say, "Oh yeah, yeah, you did a master's in that."
I already have a PhD, but
That's a pretty huge distinction, is it?
That's not really a qualification, if you know what I mean.
That's what John says.
Okay, oh God, please edit that.
No way, that's staying in.
No!
So yeah, the university, or that year at Tech, and then the year at university, 3 years, yeah. As far as like preparing you for going out on your own, it wasn't particularly helpful, or was there some aspects of that?
There were elements that were helpful.
Yeah.
But the thing that's a bit frustrating is that you to get the experience that I've had to sort of learn over the past 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
You have to do a master's in it. I know a couple of friends of mine that have done business management, and they've said, look, it's pretty much what you've learned in the past 4 years.
Yeah.
Is what we've learned.
Yeah, but it's just in a formal setting. You sit down and you learn it. Yeah.
And you get it done. Whereas I didn't pay any fees.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you think it's better if I'm learning it from experience rather than sitting and reading it in the books?
See, it wasn't because you're not paying any tuition fees, but my mate that did it has got that experience in a short amount of time and has been building on it. Mm-hmm. So it's not for everybody.
Yes.
I didn't even realise there was
that was a thing. Yeah.
But I think if they are going to help fine art students in any college to do that, to sort of get out in the world, they should maybe have a smaller module
within the degree.
actual thing. So like you touch upon like the basics.
Yes.
Like what I did with the business management thing through the dole.
Yeah.
Or the benefits office.
Yeah.
Don't say it. They're brave.
Yeah.
If they had like a basic sort of foundation of
yes.
here's what you do, and then if people are interested to
you
take it to the next step, you can apply for the masters.
Yeah.
But it's just not even mentioned.
Yeah.
There's a professional practice module, which tries to touch upon it, but it varies from person to person. Like somebody might be working in a gallery.
Yes.
Or somebody might be trying to organise their own show.
Yeah.
In a space. But you're left to your own devices, really.
Yeah. You're not told here's what you do.
Whereas I think it would be great if universities actually gave like a foundation amount of information on what happens after if you want to become self-employed or go down the entrepreneurial route or whatever.
So it's weird because you would think that the vast majority of people who are doing a degree in any kind of art will want to go on to do that as a job.
You'd be surprised the amount of people do the art degree so they can teach.
Oh, really?
So they would get the art degree and then straight away they'd apply for their PGCE.
So yeah, obviously you wouldn't need that then for that, but yeah, it's good to have that as a, like you say, as a basis. And then if you want to go on and I want to be self-employed, here's the course that you do. Here's the
That's the thing. So it's not for everybody. So I don't think it should be forced.
Yeah.
Like especially ones that want to just go into teaching and go that
route. Yeah. They don't want to waste their time doing that.
But it's still useful information to know.
Yeah. To have as an optional module to have the option of doing it. Yeah.
Did I get that right?
Yes, that was that. Well, good. I want to tick.
I wonder if you can hear the ticks whenever you.
I would say possibly, maybe. So, was there any particular like goals or anything you had set for yourself then? Like whenever you were starting out, whenever you first did your course, and you were like,
when I graduated first.
Yeah. Whenever you were kind of, you were self-employed and you were going out into the big wide world, what did you say? Right, this is what this is what I'm working towards.
See, I was out in the big bad world for 3 years before I became self-employed.
Oh, okay.
So whenever I left uni first, my initial thing was, right, I need somewhere to work.
Yeah. And was that Loft then?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll come back to that.
We got it straight away. We got the space in North Street. Myself and Gemma O'Hare and there was another guy, Kyle, was in the space first. So that was my initial. Was like, right, I need to continue. I need to have a space because being in the foundation and uni, it's not really enough for me, it wasn't enough to sort of just do it in my back room.
Yeah.
Or my bedroom.
Yeah.
Because it's not because it's not a pastime anymore, it's become...
Yes, it's your job.
It's a career path, you know. So I needed a physical place to work, and we found a space, and it was fantastic. Still is fantastic. Yeah. But it was really, really raw. It was like literally nothing. You can just imagine that space with nothing in it. Yeah. The only thing that was in it was one chair and like 3 roof tiles in the far left corner. Like just leaned up against
like
the
a derelict
wall.
building. Yeah.
I think I swept the floor 46 times in the space of the first 6 months.
Yeah, just to try to clean it up, and it was still...
Just the amount of dust.
Yeah.
And whenever you swept, it just went up.
And then back down again. Yeah.
Settled. I should have just like turned the Hoover on and just set it there.
Yeah. That's crazy. I got from, seeing a lot of the buildings that are beside it, like that one beside Cafe Wa, like whenever you can't even see it, but yeah, you can see like whenever those buildings are at that age that are left for that amount of time, how bad they get.
There was a guy actually was supposed to, we were in a slight bidding war with the space.
Okay.
At first, there was a guy looking to turn it into, he was starting his own religion, so he was looking for a church. Okay. So the Loft nearly became a
church of something or other. Yeah. There you go. What kind of religion was it?
I have no idea.
Something wacky.
Yeah. The fundamental Church of Jesus, Scientology or something. I don't know.
Who knows?
Well, I think it was like evangelical or something.
Yeah.
But
we
won.
Yeah. You hammered him into the ground.
Oh God, I wouldn't do that. Everyone's entitled to their own beliefs.
Yeah, but it's better being an art gallery, I'd say.
Studio.
Studio. Sorry.
Dude.
I'm doing a talk on Friday with this new Culture Night Almanac. Have you heard about this?
Culture Hub?
No, it's been run by Seedhead.
Adam Turkey?
Yes. And it's going to be like, I don't know whether it's going to be like a yearly thing or a monthly thing, but it's like a newsletter basically about all the arty stuff or whatever's going on in different wee bits and pieces, and input from different kind of creative sides of Belfast. This one has, I think one of the topics is how important the arts are to like town planning or city development. So he wants me to talk on that basically, and I was gonna do it on that you could use the disused spaces in Belfast as like artist workshops or galleries or whatever. Studio spaces, yeah.
See, that's it. For years, like turn of the 20th century, even earlier, artists were the only ones that were willing to go into a space that was not fit for purpose. Yeah. And they did it up themselves. Yeah. And that generated... Yes. It always has generated life and... Yeah,
culture and whatever else.
People about that area.
Yeah. Yeah. Like that's what the Cathedral Quarter has always been like. That's been that's.
But it usually always starts from a wee group starting here or somebody putting in a shop in there.
And then builds up around that.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Like
you can't walk 10 steps in the Cathedral Quarter now without seeing some art related.
Yeah, gallery, building, studio space, whatever it happens to be.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah, definitely.
Look at all the business that's come in around it.
Yeah, and a lot of those ones are established and it's a nice building and they have all the money behind it. But like whenever we were looking for this place, like the amount of buildings that we were like, right, is that one for sale? Is that one up for let? Is that one for rent? And they weren't, but they were just lying empty. And big buildings, and beautiful exteriors, obviously from
But probably
years
just
when.
probably not fit for anything in the inside.
Oh yeah,
or just
yeah, could well be. And they were saying a lot of the landowners have they're just waiting for the north side regeneration project, so somebody will give them a pile of money and just knock the whole thing down and start again. But like until that point, like for a group of artists to come in and say, look, yeah, we're not gonna take out a 5-year lease on this, but we will pay you month to month, and that's all anybody is asking for. Like, and the landowner or the whoever the letting agency, they're getting their money, and the artists are getting a place to work. Yeah, so like I don't see why they wouldn't go for that, but it's one of them things that you'd have to sort of have a meeting and basically say, right, it's these guys look after these buildings, these guys look after these buildings, here's these guys, here's the artists, get them together and have a chat and work something out kind of thing, and have them advertising it as such, because they're just sitting there at the minute and you wouldn't even hardly notice them, but if there was something there then you would.
It's like they could say it brings life back to it's just a dead area
and it's something a lot of artists, I suppose, like you were saying that was the first thing that you said you had to set out and do that. Maybe a lot of artists would be like, oh, I can't find a space, if there isn't anything going, and then if that's that'd be obviously a big setback, because like you say, you can't start your career from your bedroom. Like you need the space, and you need like people around you with similar.
It's weird though, because I was so panicky about getting a space when I first moved, like left uni. But I had the space off the bat. We had it booked in advance, like before we even moved in.
Yeah.
But I actually didn't lift the paintbrush for a year.
Yeah. Just getting everything.
Everything else, from looking for work to support the practice to getting the studio into shape.
Yeah.
I tried to start work, and then I'm like, that just needs tidied before.
Your priorities then build up on top of actually doing art.
So it took the guts of 2 years to get the studio to where it's like, okay, it's actually becoming self-sufficient.
Yes.
In terms of certain areas, to the point where it's like, okay, now I can think about. That's when the seed was planted for me. Like, maybe I should go self-employed.
Yeah. Rather than having a call center job to support you while you tried to do the other things in your downtime.
Just name it. I've done a call center, door to door. Would you like to change your electricity supplier?
Oh yeah. What would you say is the biggest obstacle you've overcome so far?
Obstacle?
Yeah, like something you've been like, oh shit, nobody told me about this kind of thing.
The first sort of going self-employed, the first sort of obstacles were, oh right, you need a business bank account. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
First I heard.
What? Yeah.
So that wasn't really an obstacle, because there was support there.
Yeah.
I think the obstacle wise, that's a tough one.
Yeah. I suppose, like you mentioned, not being told any of the stuff that you need to know.
Yeah, because you're just learning.
Yeah, on the fly.
Like even now, I'm still like, all right.
Yeah. Yeah. Self-education is your main resource for.
So even when I'm not working, I still feel like I'm working.
Yeah, because you're doing stuff to try to further your knowledge of things that you need to know just to survive in everyday life.
Oh, life.
Put food in mouth.
Oh, foot or food?
Food.
I'll be like, I do both.
Food, yeah. So your PhDs and whatnot. If you could send a message back to your younger self, what would you say?
Everything is going to be all right.
Yeah, that's
Stop
the main
panicking.
one. Yeah.
Even though I'm a serial panicker.
Yeah, but that's the coping mechanism, like.
I was born on a Wednesday. My mum always says something full of woe.
Yeah, that's.
Wednesday's
carried
child is
you
full of
throughout
hope.
your life.
What day were you born?
I think I was a Monday. I don't even kind of know.
Monday's child is fair of face.
Ah,
or
sure.
full of grace. It doesn't
Either,
matter.
either or.
Either or.
Both, yeah.
Wednesday's the only negative.
Yeah. Which
Hello.
is you.
I am a Negatron.
Yeah.
You be an Optimus Prime. I'll be a
I
Negatron.
am, yeah. Optimus Prime. That's. I don't believe in that shit, but yeah, it works.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't believe in it, but yes.
Yeah, but sure, yeah, if you're gonna go with that. What is that? Fluff?
Cobweb.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, just do some quick fire questions. What do you like to do in your downtime? In your when you do get some free time? How does Brian Kielt relax?
This is very, very tough because I am struggling to switch off.
Yeah. And has that been a pattern?
That's been a constant pattern, maybe in the past year and a half. Where,
Yeah.
I haven't found a hobby yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose it's weird when you're kind of your hobby is your career. It's like, what do you do?
Yeah.
What other stuff do you do?
So even when I'm sitting like, oh, I was just going to chill tonight, and then you end up doing stuff in sketchbooks and doing a bit of brainstorm. It's like, whoa,
Yeah, it's like,
hang
that's
on.
work.
What?
And is it because you've been busy the last year, or there, there's a lot of stuff, or is...
Yeah, pretty much since the end of 2013, there hasn't been something happening every month.
Yeah.
Which is great, but then at the same time, I am struggling to switch off.
Yeah.
Just the other night, I actually woke myself up screaming. I've never done that before.
Yeah.
I was
There's
like,
there's so much obviously on your mind that just piling up.
It's just like, what?
Yeah.
Never done that before. Have you ever done that before?
I haven't, no, but yeah, like it's one of them things, exams and whatever else. Jen dreamt last night that she had to hand in her GCSE technology assignment, and woke up in a panic. But it's just one of them things. It's obviously imprinted on your mind so
Did
much.
Did you get it done?
I don't think so. No. I was like, I need to make them.
Oh my God!
That was 6 years ago.
Yeah, 6 years too.
But yeah, like you said, it's good to be busy and to have all that. But I think it's a kind of self-employment disease whereby your time is your money.
You're always switched on.
Yes, exactly.
Which is a blessing and a curse.
Yes.
But what helps me maybe to relax would be like friends and family.
Mm-hmm. Just chilling out with them and take your mind off it.
And because there'll be times where I'm sitting going like the other guys in Loft, like, oh, we need to talk about this, and they're like, can we just play pool?
Yeah. Where do you guys go to play pool? I love playing pool. Good frames.
Lavery's.
Lavery's? Oh, nice. Give me a shout next time you're heading.
I'm really fluky.
Really?
Are you good? You look like you could be a player.
I dabble.
How do you handle those balls and shaft?
Unsexually, I believe would be the correct answer there. Without the
What is
innuendo,
wrong
please.
with me?
I'm gonna have a word with your girlfriend.
Why am I not being like put into like some sort of sex offender?
Jan, if you're listening, please email in and tell us why.
Have you seen this man?
Yeah.
The freckles are actually an offence each time.
Yeah. It's a mark. I marked myself. When you hear the word successful, who's the first person who comes to mind? And why?
You know, it was actually literally the first person who came in my head was Darren Brown.
Yeah. That guy. When you talk about like obsession and never switching off, have you read his books?
No, I haven't. No.
Man, like, without going into too much detail, born again Christian in like his early days, all through university, he was the guy that was going around handing out leaflets and trying to kick out artists from their workshops to make a church out of their buildings or whatever. He was that guy, and then he whatever happened anyway, he decided that humanity was more than a religion, and the more he got into like psychology and all the things he does now, like those like the seance things and shows he does, and he was like, wow, this is what I want to do, and he started hypnotizing his friends and stuff, and doing all this just for a joke, and then he did. If you're in a restaurant around where there's like magicians and they do some magic and stuff, he did that. And then it just got bigger and bigger and bigger. But, the the reason why he's so good is because he is completely obsessed with the next thing that he's doing. You know, like he was like I didn't know he was gay until like pretty recently. But like he says, him and his partner will very, you know, rarely ever have any downtime because if he's on tour or he's doing, you know, he's working on the next thing, and you know.
You ever see his paintings?
Yeah, his portraits are amazing. And like I seen one he did, like the caricatures, and they were like, you know, 5 foot canvases.
Huge.
Unbelievable.
I know. The actual reason that he came into my head was because he doesn't drive, and I don't drive too, and I can be successful and not
There
have
you
a
go.
car.
Well, that's so weird. Actually, that he does all this. Obviously, just gets chauffeured around. But yeah, starting out, that must have been a disaster. Like trying to get the bus to, you know, to a club or a restaurant and do a show, and then get the bus home again or do,
Yeah,
you know, whatever.
that's me right now.
Yeah, it totally is. But obviously, I think painting is his downtime. You know, if he gets
True.
anything, you know, that's his way of, you know,
Huzzah.
zenning out. Yeah, exactly. Get your pressure points, Captain. When you think of the word punchable, who's the first one that comes to mind?
Oh, fuck, Stephen Nolan.
Yeah, I
Sorry,
really,
Stephen.
I have a
Punchable.
disdain
what a
for
question.
that guy. Yeah,
What a question.
I think he's just very good at playing devil's advocate, but at the same time, I do think that, you know, bleeds into his real life a lot.
Bleeds.
That's a good word for thinking of Stephen Nolan. Nose bleeds.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I didn't really. I don't like sort of singling people out, whatever, because
Yeah.
we don't know the guy.
No, yeah, exactly.
We don't know the
His
guy.
personal life might be
Yeah.
completely different.
But like, punchable would probably be, in a more general sense, would just be people who are ignorant to other people's feelings.
Situations, yeah. I like that. That was a very good answer.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Any particular like books or documentaries or anything that you would always recommend to friends? Say maybe, or even people who are starting out artists.
I'm doing a workshop at the minute, back home, doing like expressive life drawing. And
Okay.
the one thing I said to them was, look, read this book, because it's not really to do with drawing, but it's to do with looking, which is really important in drawing.
I would say so, especially life drawing. Obviously, you're taking in the picture and you're putting the picture on the page.
Well, it's 9. If you break it down in seconds, it's 8 seconds looking, and then 2 seconds making a mark.
Really? Is that not is in this book?
No.
No, this is just a rule.
It's just it's a rule that it is and can be broken. It's like a rough,
Yes.
you know, rule of thumb.
Yeah.
How big's the thumb? This big. And so that's one way, but then there's also the not looking at the page, and there's so many
Different ways.
yeah.
Yes. Once you know the rules, you can break the rules. or
But
bend the rules.
in terms of seeing and just looking, you can't beat John Berger for his books, Ways of Seeing and About Looking.
Okay.
Dabbles in photography, painting, sculpture, everything.
Other ways of relating what you see to
Yeah.
a different medium. Yeah.
About Looking's actually, I think it's mainly photography.
Okay.
He talks about it, but it's still really good. And he doesn't bullshit. It's all
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's actually, you can, and if you're not that fond of reading or whatever, you can watch the documentaries that he did for the BBC on them.
Okay.
The same name, like a Ways of Seeing. It's,
Yeah, and it's just the documentary version of the book.
Yeah.
That's
so
really
it's
cool.
sort of condensed.
Yeah.
You see it.
Yeah, visual,
visually, and he's
yes.
talking about it like. I think it was made like in the 70s, mid 70s.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube and stuff.
That's really cool to have something at that age that's still, you know, relevant. That you know.
Oh yeah, still relevant. Another book I would recommend. Well, 2 books would be The Story of Art by Gombrich. I don't know how to pronounce it. And it's really, it just whatever you want to know. It's just his opinion, but at the same time, he doesn't throw big words out just for the sake of it. He tells it in a really down to earth, simple way.
Yeah.
But still gets the point across, if there is a point to make.
Yeah.
But it's his opinions, and again, it's not gospel.
Yes,
even though
but
it's my little gospel.
yeah.
I love it. But then there's also The Story of Modern Art. I think it's Lidenham. And it's the same premise as the Gombrick one, only it focuses on modern art, obviously. But there's no airs or graces with
Yes.
wording or anything. It's really just tells
Layman's
it like it
terms?
is. Yeah, well, not layman's terms, but it doesn't go into unnecessary expletives that you don't understand.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no jargon or anything.
Yeah.
It's just anybody could pick it up and read it and understand it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that.
I like it a lot.
Yeah. So what is the next step for Brian Kielt, visual artist?
What is happening next?
You had that workshop and then...
Yeah, the workshop is still going on. Hopefully there'll be some more work coming out of that.
Yeah.
Because that's regular enough pay that
Yes, it's
helps.
Yeah, regular income. Loft Drink and Draw, last Tuesday in the month.
Yes.
Sponsored by Ink Monkey Belfast.
Yeah, what are they like, Ink Monkey?
Assholes.
Really?
Real assholes.
Cool. I don't know them at all.
No.
They sound nice.
Yeah, they're good guys.
I think I heard one's follically challenged, but
He is, yes, but beautiful, beautiful face.
he is born on a Monday.
Yeah,
obviously born on a
what can you
Monday.
say?
Full of face.
Full in the face.
Full of face.
Yeah. Have you done your comedy thing yet? Is that
No, that's tomorrow night.
That's tomorrow night. Oh shit!
Yeah,
class.
no, there's events, like we do events in the studio in Loft, from anything from Drink and Draw, which is sponsored by yourselves, to Voice Box Comedy come every month and do this sort of alternative comedy night.
Yeah.
And it's at the year anniversary tomorrow, and I've been roped into doing stand up for the first and last time.
You see, that's just the thing. You might find that you love it, and that this is gonna be your new hobby.
I don't think that would be a way to relax.
Okay. Yeah. But the adrenaline rush will be so great that you'll
I'll just explode.
seek it out. Yeah. Have you got your
So yeah, and I'm also I'm a trustee on the committee for a new arts festival in Mid-Ulster,
Oh, that's cool.
which hopefully is happening in November. We're
The
waiting.
festival itself is going to happen in
Yeah,
November. Yeah.
it'll run for a week. So literally in the extremely early stages of it.
Yeah.
Of organising it and applying for funding and all that jazz.
That's cool.
But a couple of ideas to sort of maybe bring some sort of alternative contemporary art to a rural setting.
Yeah. I like that.
That's what I have in my head, but I have to get the okay from the other people.
Yes.
You know. Yeah,
That's
you know
what
how
happens.
you know how the committee
I know
works.
how it goes, yeah.
All those in favour?
I'm not sure
Eyes
about
to the
this.
right.
Nose to the left.
First past the post.
Yeah, that's suppose one of them other things that is annoying about something like that, whereby you can have the best idea in the world, but if there's a board of people in suits that say
Oh, well,
no,
that's
then
that's the thing though. It'll work both ways.
yeah,
Like, the
they're
people-
obviously getting something out of it.
Yeah, the people that are in the committee, they're lovely people. I've met them a few times.
Yeah.
And, they come from creative arts background.
Okay,
so
well, yes, that's
theatre and
yeah.
music and stuff, and drama.
Yeah,
So I think I'm the only visual artist on the board,
Mm-hmm.
which is nice, but it also
yeah. It'd be nice to have somebody else that is
Yeah.
doing that knows what you guys are kind of about.
yeah, but it's still it's I feel special.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, and yeah, they want that diversity, obviously, of
Yeah,
having
that's
somebody
it.
from each of the kind of
Disciplines.
arts. Yeah, yeah, that's very cool. Ooh, nice. You loose now?
some crack.
You're like, oh. And on that note,
On that bum note.
on that bombshell, yeah, that's
Okay, Jeremy.
that's literally it. That is us.
that us?
Yeah.
How do you
Anything
think?
else that you wanna add, or anything else you wanna promote? There was something else I was gonna say about Loft, possibly, was there? No. Oh yes, there's some big announcements for Loft coming up. Secrets
Is
we
there?
can't talk about. Was there something on the Facebook page I saw?
Yes.
Yes. We'll just have to wait and see.
Well, it's to do with the sort of thing we're doing with the University of Ulster at the minute.
Uh huh.
The I do these loft talks
Yes.
as well, which is sort of Loft Talk.
Yeah.
Conversations
You
with
listen.
artists based in Northern Ireland. It's me mocking somebody.
Yeah.
But we're doing a thing where we're actually selecting 3 students from different areas of the
Yes.
fine art section and offering them a Loft Talk interview, which is just for this free online promotion for them,
Yeah.
and they get to talk about their practice and
Yep.
what inspires them in their own words.
Yeah.
And also an invite to collaborate with us potentially for Culture Night
That's
Belfast
very cool.
in September, and a lovely voucher.
From some assholes in an art shop.
Yeah, from your lovely selves.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's an awesome prize.
I love the way you let the blank, so it was like 1 million charcoal.
Did say she was gonna write on it. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Anyway, you please don't screw us on that. Because
£250.
just give these guys a blank check. Wow, that's the owner of an art shop.
Oh my
go.
god, we're gonna go out of business.
Yeah, we'll need to really
It's
sort that.
it's not blank. I'm
Yeah.
joking.
Oh, thank goodness for that. Woo! That's okay. Yes. Yes.
You
On that
actually
note,
got
I need to go and lie down.
Yeah, you got quite flushed.
Yeah. Yes. Well, thank you very much for your time, Brian Kielt, visual artist. And yeah, if we do decide to put this up,
Thanks for saying my surname correctly. Most people get it wrong.
yeah, that's a Kielty without the Y. I remember you said that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, if we do decide to put this up, we'll put on in the notes all where you can find all the business and all the links
Where
and all the
bleep.
yes. We'll
Take
edit it.
out the expletive.
Honest. No, we won't.
We will.
We won't.
Yes. Edit. Bye.